So I was asked a question on how I feel about correctional officers. Now, mind you, I've been home from prison for almost 15 years now, and I have no intentions of going back, and that shit is trash. But COs are like any other human beings. You're gonna meet good ones, you're gonna meet bad ones. The majority of COs that I met, they were coming there to do their job, get their paycheck, and go home. It was a job to them. They're trying to stop people from fighting. They're trying to make you do the rules. But at the same time, they're going to give you what you need. You need toilet paper. You got to go to rec. You got to go to chow. You got the TV. Yeah, they're going to let you get all that. Some COs are dicks. They come there just to be jerks and just to make your life difficult. So they come in there, they mess with the TV, they mess with inmates, they go out of their way to enforce little nonsensical rules that they could just let go. And they're on a power trip the whole time they're there. I don't know if these were the guys that were getting bullied. Maybe an inmate took his girlfriend or banged his wife. I don't know. But they come in there on a power trip, and those COs usually don't last long. They either get assaulted by an inmate or shanked or something happens to them. Or they get rid up enough so that internal affairs comes in and investigates, or whatever internal affairs called in prison. I forget what it's called. And they come in and they get rid of that CO, and he ends up on desk duty, or he ends up working the visiting room or something that he don't want to do because he wants to be a jerk all the time. So most of the time, those jerk COs don't last. Now, there are racist COs depending on what jail you're in. Like if you're in Attica or something, you got a bunch of hillbillies up there. You're up in like all the way upstate in the woods in New York, you're gonna have racist COs up there because you're out in the hillbilly area. So they're gonna treat black inmates differently, or probably say slick shit, but not too slick, because I mean, you're the max and you press the wrong dude the right way and he's got life, and he's gonna shank that CO. He don't care. He ain't coming home no time soon anyway. The majority of COs I met were respectable. I did tell a couple stories on my channel, if you go through my prison story list, on the COs that weren't respectable. And bad things almost always happen to those COs, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of inmates that don't care about getting no more time, or don't care about staying in jail for the rest of their lives. And I've seen inmates get stabbed and get hot oil thrown on them and get punched straight in the face. I had a CO that was in there, I can't remember this dude's name. It was a tall black dude, and it's this dude from my town, Lil Joe. And he hit Lil Joe with the clipboard. Like, he was holding the clipboard, and he was like, he said something to him and hit him with the clipboard, just being a dick. Lil Joe punched him in the face, straight stalled off on him, punched him right in his snout. Dude pulled the pin immediately. And then I know COs that was like, yo, step out the cell and run my fade. I seen COs run fades with inmates and be like, all right, go back in your cell, and not write a ticket or not talk about it. There's some real COs that will run your fade. They will come in your cell and fight you if you and that CO keep bumping heads and y'all got a problem. So COs are individuals. You got to deal with them on individual levels. Now, I don't know how Florida works. I don't know how other places work. Now, in the feds, the COs was dirty. There was female COs coming through trying to see dudes Johnsons, like literally looking to try to see it. There were female COs having sex with inmates. There's male COs probably doing the same thing within the female facilities, bringing in narcotics and smuggling things in. There was a lot of dirty COs in the feds. Most of the COs that I met in the feds, they just didn't care. They was just there. They mind their business. They stay the hell out the way. And the dirty ones are the ones that always interact and be involved in everything. Nobody talks to the COs in the feds or in the state unless they need something or they need to get something, etc. Now, I was mostly upstate from my bid up north, so I didn't really see many female COs at all. So I don't know how dudes interact with female COs in New York State prison. I was never in Fishkill, or I was in Fishkill, but for like a month. Like, I was never in downstate. I was there for 2 weeks just coming through, you know, how everybody does. I went through Ulster. Ulster didn't have no females when I was there, so I don't know about female interaction. But the male COs, you gotta take it how it is. Sometimes there's cool ones, sometimes there's jerks, and it really depends on the individual. As I said many times, I don't have an issue with COs. As long as they do their job and they don't abuse people, then they're just there to do their job. Same thing with the police. As long as you're here to do your job and you're not abusing people and breaking the law that you're supposed to be upholding, I don't got a problem with you, bro. So my thing with COs is taking on an individual basis or state by state basis. It really all depends.